and welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. Charming Amy and I are currently headed to the Ward Parkway AMC to check out the film Mr. Malcolm's List. We're currently driving right now because I was actually at the day job and Charming Amy came by and picked me up. So we are en route right now. Don't worry guys, I am not driving. As you can probably tell by this, I'm over in the passenger side. So don't worry, I am not talking and driving. Oh my God, never mind, just kidding. Anyways, we're headed to the Ward Parkway Theater to check out the film Mr. Malcolm's List. The film is a period piece. It's set in the late 1800s in England, and it's about a man who has a list, and this list is all of the things that he requires from a woman in order to take her as a wife. All right, sounds kind of sexist, right? Well, guess what? That's the whole point, because these two ladies decide that they're going to show Mr. Malcolm what for by tricking him, basically. One of the women is going to pretend to have all of the items on the list, but then reveal to Mr. Malcolm, ha ha, I have my own list, good sir, and you do not fit said list, ha ha. Yeah, it's a late 1800s period drama. This is not my usual film. I am going to completely be honest with you guys. I don't generally go see movies like this. This is a pick from Miss Charming Amy. She really wanted to see this movie, so I said, okay, sure, but I'm gonna want some Firehouse subs. So that's the deal. I get a Firehouse sub. Charming Amy gets to watch her period piece drama, comedy, whatever. All right, guys, well, keep around, stick around. We'll be back with our review of Mr. Malcolm's List. And we're back. Okay, so we are back from seeing Mr. Malcolm's List, and I'm going to let Charming Amy start this off because this is more of her genre. She loves stuff like these movies, so I'm going to let you start off. Go right ahead.
Well, I did enjoy this movie, mostly because I really love period piece drama type movies. You know, I watched a lot of Downton Abbey, is one of my favorites. I loved Gilded Age. I also really love one of my favorite movies of all time is Pride and Prejudice. And this movie was, to me, very along the lines of something that might have been written by Jane Austen, but it wasn't. Very highly influenced by that, and it was just one of those really sweet movies that if you're feeling a little sappy on an afternoon or rainy day, throw this one in and it'll make you feel good.
Yeah, it is definitely a feel-good movie. I think that's an easy way to put it. Now, my opinion, coming from a completely different background. I'm not a fan of these movies, guys. I'm not. I do like period. I like period dramas where it's like, you know, like a war or something very, you know, something historical. This was a fictional historical, I guess you would say, because it's in, you know, historical as in the past. But it is not something that really happened. In fact, I was actually really surprised by the fact that this is based off a book, but it was a book that was published in 2009. I really thought that this was some, like, when I did just a teensy bit of research, I thought for sure it was going to be some, like, classic British novel that I've never heard of before. I'm just like, oh, of course, Mr. Malcolm's List. Fine literature. And it was I don't know, I found it kind of cool to find out that this was not an old piece of literature, that this is fairly recent, because, man, it was very authentic. The dialogue was really well done. It was a very well written film. The script was great. The dialogue was very authentic for the time. I am not coming off of this as some kind of historical expert by any means, by the way. I don't know how people talked back then. I'm just basing it off of other things I've seen from the time period. And I think they did an excellent job of portraying the time period that it was in.
I agree.
And
the costuming was really great too.
Yes, the costuming was extremely well done. Very on par with what you would see in the awards and so on and so forth. I do think that there's something down the road for that. I think that this film, I don't think it's going to win like the big coveted like film of the year or anything like that. It's too sentimental and sweet.
It is. It's a step above cheesy rom-coms, but it's not going to be anything like magnitude, you know, of Oscar worthy. I mean, it's very enjoyable. It's very sweet. It's a very kind, funny, not quite super humorous, but it had some moments where you just kind of chuckled.
Yeah, if you look the movie up on IMDb, it has it categorized as just comedy. And I don't think that's very accurate in the least. I think this film falls more in the dramedy category. There was a lot more drama in this film than there was comedy. There's moments of levity, but I would no way, shape, or form call this movie a comedy.
It's lighthearted enough, you know, that it's how do I say this? It's just lighthearted. It's kind of a fluffy movie.
This is a popcorn flick for people who like period dramas. So this is like a summer blockbuster for all of you period drama heads out there. I know who you are. I know you're out there. Someone has to like this. No, I'm just kidding. I did really enjoy this movie. I'm just making fun. No, on a whole, my feelings on the film is, number one, it has funny moments. And it really comes off to me like an Oscar Wilde play. Not as funny as an Oscar Wilde play. It doesn't have that really biting sarcasm and wit. It's got moments of that, kind of like Downton Abbey to a point. But I mean, Downton Abbey has way better comedy in my opinion, but that's because of the cast.
Yeah.
That's because of the cast. But all in all, I truly feel that if you are a fan of this genre, you're going to really like this movie. And I'm even going to say that if you're just a fan of romantic comedies in general, I think you're going to like this movie.
This one isn't like super cliche or anything. It's just very much just a lovely little film.
It is. It's a cute movie. Cute little genre flick. And yeah, I think that honestly, if this is your jam, definitely buy a ticket to go see this movie. See it in theaters. You're going to get something out of it. If you're not a super fan of the genre, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think I might have enjoyed it, but I don't think that the common just like Jurassic Park kind of moviegoer is going to get much out of this film. And that is
going to probably think it's boring because it was long.
It was longer than it probably should have been, to be perfectly honest. That's my biggest complaint of this movie. And it's not super long. It's not like a 3-hour long epic film. It is 2 hours, almost dead on 2 hours long, but it really kind of feels like it's a bit longer that when you're getting near the end. You're really kind of like,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We
All right.
kind of know what's going to happen here. So
Thank you.
Let's move on to that part.
Your film has sufficiently given me diabetes. Can we move on now? So yeah, that's exactly how I felt about this film. This is a good, solid movie for those who are fans of the genre. And even if you're not necessarily a period drama fan, I do believe that if you're a fan of the modern romantic comedy, you're gonna like this movie because it really was, honestly, in my opinion, it was a very romantic comedy kind of movie that just so happens to be taking place in the 1800s or 19th century or
It was 1811.
18, yeah, that's right. It was 1811. That's when it was set. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. If you like those movies, if you like the time period, you like a good rom-com, you are definitely going to enjoy this movie, and you should see it in theaters. If not, I still think that this is a film that you should watch. It's a good movie, but you know, maybe sit in your privacy of your own home and enjoy it.
It's good for a cold, rainy day, a hot cup of hot chocolate, a blanket, and a cute dog. Curl up on your couch and watch that movie and do that.
If you don't have any of those, don't bother even trying to watch this film.
No.
Just kidding. We didn't have those in the theater, and we still enjoyed it.
It was still good.
It was still cozy. It's a cozy movie.
It's very cozy.
All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you. So, again, if you happen to be a fan of this genre, definitely buy a ticket. Go check this film out in theaters. It was a fun little flick. Again, if this is not something that you have any remote interest in whatsoever, I still say it's valid to watch it. Just wait till it's on home video. Watch it on Rent It. Watch it on a streaming service. But this is definitely a film that deserves to be seen. So, thank you again for checking out The Film Geek with special guest Charming Amy. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know we're gonna.